Don't go to laundromats at night. At the end of my junior year spring semester, I moved into a townhouse which I shared with my roommate of 2 years, and a crazy landlady, but that's a story for another day. The washer-dryer at the new place was broken, so I decided to go to a local laundromat after class to wash my work clothes and a couple shirts I'd stolen from my boyfriend. I had classes into the evening, so this was around 9 p.m. at the absolute earliest, and I had to take the bus to go there. A tall man, who looked to be anywhere in his 30s or 40s, approached me as I was waiting for my laundry load to finish. His looks were average but pleasant, and he had a smooth voice, yet something about him immediately set me on edge. He sat down on the bench beside me and started chatting me up even though I had headphones in. I'm really accustomed to being approached by strangers, whether they are asking directions, randomly telling me their life story, or being creepy. This was naturally the case of the latter, but even for a stranger hitting on me, he was giving me really weird vibes. He asked if I lived in the apartment across the street and if I had family in the area. He asked if I was new in town, which made no sense to me as I live in a massive suburb city of DC. So why would anyone recognize anyone? He kept interjecting to say how cute and adorable I was, and asked my age, guessing that I was 18 or 19. I was 21 at the time, but people often think I'm in high school even now. The fact that he was hitting on me while thinking I was still a barely legal teen made it that much creepier. I didn't tell him where I lived or where I was from, and said I was getting a load of laundry done for my boyfriend real quick. I lied and said that I lived with him. My partners and I don't cohabitate, and that he'd be expecting me home soon. The man then proceeded to say that we could still be friends, and offered to take me out or invite me in for dinner. The way he smiled when he said it freaked me out. By now it had to be about 10 p.m., and I was super creeped out, so I firmly said, "No thank you," and tried to put my headphones back in as obviously as possible. He got up and disappeared for a while. Then, as I transferred my laundry to the dryer, he reappeared and started pacing around the small laundromat, intentionally coming up close behind me. The dryers were located on the back wall of the room, so this made me feel like I was being effectively cut off from the exit. He was strongly built and about 6'3", so he utterly dwarfed me by comparison. I'm only 5'4", and had been on a break from the gym for most of the semester, so my muscle was rather lacking. As I kept an eye on his reflection, I found myself thinking of every possible route out, and trying to recall the self-defense classes I'd taken back in January until the dryer finished. By the time I was done, he had left. Something in my gut told me not to exit through the main front door, and when I went out through the side entrance, I saw him sitting directly in front of the main exit with his driver's side door open and his phone out, as if he was waiting for someone. I called a friend and booked it to a nearby restaurant where I hid out for at least another hour. I occasionally peeked out of the window to see if he'd moved, and he remained there for another 30 minutes. No one ever came to meet him, and a sick feeling in my stomach confirmed my fear that it was me whom he was waiting for. I ordered some Korean fried chicken to go, and I called an Uber home. I'm used to having creepy experiences with men, on the metro or when I'm walking down the street, but this felt different than the usual catcalls and following. My body was on high alert, and I was afraid and embarrassed that I'd even gotten myself into that position in the first place. When I got home, I just burst into tears. I never told my boyfriend or my girlfriend about it, and it was months before I ever told my roommate. To the creepy guy in Haley's laundromat, let's not meet. Ever.